Yes, we were doing our Dateline correspondent impersonations during the break, just so you know. You may know him as Dr. Strange or Sherlock Holmes, but now he's the Courier. Benedict Cumberbatch is back in a new movie. And here with Real Talk is movie maven Greg Russell. Hello, Greg.
Hello, Jason. Glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you dialed in. What's this, The Courier? What's this all about?
This movie is about espionage. Benedict Cumberbatch plays a guy who in real life, at least his character's real life, he's a salesperson. So he's recruited by MI6 to do some undercover work in Russia in the 1960s in regards to the Cuban Missile Crisis. Very fascinating movie. Got to talk to him and the director about it, and here's what they say.
A totally fascinating movie. I mean, it would have been great if somebody had just written this as a script, as fiction. But to find out later that it's fact, was that something that also helped pull you into wanting to be in this movie and make the movie?
Well, Dominic pitched it to me, and at the end of the pitch, I was like, is this true? I mean, I knew about the Cuban Missile Crisis and the key players, Khrushchev and Kennedy. He went, no, this is all true. And I read Tom's script, and they really dug deep on their research, and they were absolutely what's the word? Completely and utterly absorbed in that world. Certainly for my generation, it's a story that's been lost. And so, yes, I think it's a great one to bring to light. I think he's an everyman. He's an ordinary man who does an extraordinary thing. From naive, very knowing, a master of spycraft, and then in the end, this heroic friend. And I was really pulled into the idea of playing that arc.
I think one of the things that moved me about script initially was this sort of idea, though, that, one person, people don't know what they're capable of until they're put into situations where they have the opportunity to be heroic. And that's what this guy was. Greville Wynn was a real regular guy, and there's that idea in the film that, change sort of starts with one person. And that's, and at the moment that feels like a really important sort of thing to be talking about, that, we don't know what we're capable of, but actually sort of sticking your neck out is worth doing,
So is it riveting? Is it suspenseful, even though we know the outcome?
Yes, it very much is. I think you'd really like it because, just even the way it was shot, it looks like a movie that was done in the 1960s. And Benedict Cumberbatch is just, really at the top of his game in pretty much every movie he does. And in this one, he's right up there.
How many roles?
Definite 4. And this one is showing only in theaters for right now.
Okay. Next, we have a new series on Netflix with Michelle Obama. Let's talk about Waffles and Mochi.
Yeah, you got it. There you go. It's a cooking show for kids where they travel around the world. They get these recipes. So kids, if they're hungry and at home, they can go and make all these delicious dishes that are also healthy. Got to talk to some of the chefs, and they're going to pass along some of their recipes.
This show went all over the world. It wasn't just here in the United States. It was everywhere. So internationally, you got to teach kids how to make all types of things.
What Waffle and Mochi is going to achieve is unbelievable. We're talking about 190 plus countries, millions of children, hundreds of millions of people, because grown-ups are going to be watching this show. And to me, quite frankly, I think we're going to see that Mrs. Obama is going from the First Lady of the United States to the food ambassador of the world.
Mrs. Obama, I knew she's great, but then I'm like, wow, she is a good actor and she has really good comic timing. She's so funny. As a young cook, like when I first heard of Mrs. Obama's initiatives in the garden and in the kitchen with kids, it was so aligned with the kitchen philosophy that I had come up with.
It's not only showing kids, how to make their own meals, but the best part is showing that you don't necessarily need 10,000 things to make. You can make something good with maybe just 4 or 5, different things and a little bit of an ingredient.
No, even one ingredient, it's important to understand the quality that is a quality of the farmers, the fishermen, the cheesemaker, the products that you use.
It's cool that you got to speak to the chef. I can't remember her name, but she's the salt, fat, acid, heat writer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, what did you think about the series?
It's really nice and a great thing for kids, especially those ages 5 to 6 up to probably about 11 years old. And I'm looking around now, seeing if Michelle Obama is going to pop into our corner like she did earlier.
you wish her and Fallon would show up, right?
Oh, that would be so great. So great. And also something for you and Toddy real quick when you were talking about the Maurice salad, there's this book, Lost Restaurants of Detroit. It's got the Hudson's recipe for the Maurice salad in here.
Oh,
so
there you go.
Make your own.
All right, and second my motion toward Tati to watch Out of Sight with Jennifer Lopez and George Clooney.
Oh, absolutely.
Ask him which one I should watch this weekend. Should I watch Beverly Hills Cop or Out of Sight?
If you're in that happy, spunky mood, Beverly Hills Cop. If you're into something a little bit more serious, Out of Sight.
Okay.
And romantic.
And romantic.
Thanks, Greg.